BJP has in fact released its manifesto for Uttar Pradesh ahead of the assembly elections in the state. Union Minister Amit Shah, Anurag Thakur and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath were present on the occasion. The manifesto promises free electricity to all the farmers in 5 years. A 5,000 crore renewal plan for sugar mills in the state has also been promised, and the party also ensures that wheat and paddy will in fact be available at MSP in 5 years. It should be noted here, though, that the government also mentions about 10 years of imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees fine for those who are found involved in Love Jihad. My colleague Amir Haq joins me on the broadcast to discuss further on what really this manifesto for the state of Uttar Pradesh really entail. Amir, thank you so much for joining us. While there is something for the farmers in this manifesto, there is also the contentious issue of Love Jihad that has been brought to notice. And this is a serious thing with 10 years of imprisonment that the BJP is quoting, that they will actually, the person who's been found to have been involved in Love Jihad will have to be sentenced too. This is something serious.
Well, that's right. Although the BJP has included this in their manifesto, but the fact is that in cases of Love Jihad, although it doesn't go by this name, but anybody, the new law that has been enacted by UP government last year actually has provision for 10 years jail imprisonment and also for fine. So therefore, this shouldn't be seen as something new that has been put into BJP's manifesto. This is something that is actually envisaged in the new anti-conversion law that was drafted and passed as a bill by the UP government. But clearly mentioning it in the manifesto, brings back the focus on these issues, perhaps, which suit the Bharatiya Janata Party. And apart from that, various other issues that were picked up by rival political parties, like free distribution of scooties, tablets, laptops, and smartphones. The scooty promise has come from the side of Congress Party, while tablets, laptops, and smartphones is something that has been promised by Akhilesh Yadav, by the SP-RLD combined. But clearly, the BJP is also, now promising its voters that it will give free laptops and tablets and smartphones. To students who actually are deserving. Now, apart from that, number of provisions, number of promises have been made to the farmers there, from free electricity for irrigation purposes to payment of sugarcane dues to be ensured within 14 days of the sugarcane, getting into the mills. Also, interest to be paid for non-payment of or for pending dues of sugarcane payment that is deserved by the farmers. 5,000 crores worth budget to be allocated for upgradation of sugar mills, especially the ones in Western UP, solar pumps to be given to farmers, 6 meta food parks. And apart from that, for women and children, apart from ensuring security and safety for women, providing convenience at public places to women in the form of pink toilets, pink buses also to be included into that scheme. And the Kanya Sumangala Yojana, the kind of money that was being given by the government was rupees 15,000 for one girl child that were to be given into various stages from the time she was born till the time she passed out from college. But now the BJP says that this has been increased to rupees 25,000. So an escalation of rupees 10,000 under the Kanya Sumangala scheme. Jobs under UPSC to be ensured for women candidates as well. In fact, doubling of jobs went for women candidates. Apart from that, 1,000 crores for establishing pink toilets in public places. This is another promise for farmers, of course. Promise to buy wheat and paddy at the minimum support price, at least for the next 5 years. For youth, a number of promises have been made, like promise to provide job to at least one member of from each family, and also to provide opportunities for self-employment. This is a major promise that has come from the BJP, because obviously the rival political parties had been pulling BJP for not being able to provide the promised employment over the last 5 5 years. BJP is promising fulfillment of all vacant jobs in government departments. Free coaching for students aspiring for various competitive courses, 2 crore tablets and smartphones for youth, free sport kits, equipment to students, deserving students from government-run sports colleges and universities, gyms and sports grounds for each village panchayat, induction of yoga teachers for schools and colleges. Now, a number of other promises have been made by the BJP in its Sankalp Patra that also talk about creation of infrastructure, more jobs, more industrialization to be brought in UP. In fact, it has promised rupees 10 lakh crores worth of investment to be brought into Uttar Pradesh. So a host of promises made by the BJP here, but definitely one thing that we were expecting the BJP to do was to come up with some kind of a promise on the lines of Aam Aadmi Party and Akhilesh Yadav Samajwadi Party RLD combined, announcing free ship in terms of electricity bills. Akhilesh Yadav had promised 300 units of electricity free in both rural and urban areas. We heard through our sources within the BJP that the BJP will also announce something to that effect, but that announcement has not come from the BJP, perhaps because of budget restrictions. But otherwise, most of such promises that have been made by the BJP are definitely not surprising, because most of it had been said by various BJP leaders, from Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to Prime Minister as well as Home Minister Amit Shah, in various campaign rallies across Uttar Pradesh. So, BJP trying to highlight what they have done in UP.
Thank you so much for bringing us up to speed with what really BJP's Sankalp Patra really says. So, BJP has ended up releasing that manifesto for Uttar Pradesh ahead of the assembly elections in the state. And the focus has been on the farmers this time. On that note, I'm slipping into a very short break here on Mirror now. News continues on the other side.